Hello, hello, hello. Good night, Instagram. I was about to say Facebook. Good night. Wow, I really must get myself together. It took me forever to figure out how to do this live, so I really must get really tech savvy if I'm going to be doing this. Hi, good night, welcome. So I wanted to jump on really quick and do a quick teaching just on the 6-minute telemetry strip. I've been getting some good feedback in my DMs. Some people have been commenting under some of my ads, and they really just want more teachings. And somebody specifically asked for the cardiac telemetry monitor interpretation. I'm just going to do a very basic teaching on that and make it very easy for you if you're looking at a 6-minute strip that which gives you a very abbreviated just a quick abbreviation of what's going on with the patient. Obviously, if something's going on, you probably need more, but it's quick identification that, of course, leads to interventions. So let's talk a little bit about it. It's a couple rhythms we'll speak on: sinus rhythm, sinus brady, sinus tach, atrial fib, atrial flutter, Mobitz 1, maybe Mobitz 2, which both fall under second degree heart block, and then complete heart block. This subject is so great to me because it took me a while. I went up the change from medical assistant to LPN to RN, and then got my BSN, and then went for nurse practitioner school, and here I am now. But it took me about a good 6 or 7 years actually looking at rhythm strips and looking at the telemetry monitor to actually figure out the difference between complete heart block and Mobitz 2. I think those were the two biggest ones. So when you get to the blocks, people get a little confused. But it's very, very easy to do. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about it so when you see it, it's not foreign to you and you know what you're looking at, especially for some of my ICU people. Because I do realize even though you work in the ICU, everybody doesn't really understand what it looks like between a complete heart block and Mobitz 2. So let's start off very basic. A patient has P waves, regular rhythm, 60 to 99, you have a sinus rhythm. Obviously, if it's under 60, 59 down, you have sinus brady. Actually, if you get into the 40s, then you probably have a junctional rhythm there. But that's a topic for another day. I don't want to confuse you. So let's just do very basic sinus brady, 50, let's just say 49 or 59, about there. Let's just say that. 60 to 99, regular P waves, sinus rhythm. Over 100, sinus tach, as long as it has P waves and it's regular. So then you get into your irregular rhythm. Mostly it's atrial fib. Rhythm's very irregular, and then the rhythm doesn't have discernible P waves. So sometimes you might see something, sometimes you might not, but it's definitely irregular. You're more than likely dealing with the atrial fibrillation, and you can verify that with a quick EKG, 12-lead EKG. Just remember that EKGs are machines as well, so they do make mistakes. So it's important to have some working basics. The 12-lead just gives you a longer strip to look at to make a decision, basically. But you should not just be relying on the 12-lead because it can make mistakes. If the rhythm is very, very fast and has somewhat of a sawtooth pattern from R to R, we call those no discernible P waves. Basically, those are flutter waves, and you're probably dealing with atrial flutter. Atrial fib and atrial flutter both can cause levels of thrombus formation, i.e. patient ends up with a stroke if we don't do something to fix the rhythm, such as anticoagulation. Next, let's talk about the blocks. Those are the big ones. Most people have the sinus rhythm, atrial fib, atrial flutter. Let's talk about the blocks. So you have second degree heart block. There's two umbrellas under there. That's Mobitz 1 and Mobitz 2. The easiest way to remember that is Mobitz 1 is PR intervals that are changing. Longer drop. Oh my God, it's winky back. It's very easy, very catchy. So if your PR intervals, you see a short PR interval, then you see it get longer, then you see it get longer, and then all of a sudden you drop a whole QRS complex, you have a Mobitz 1 second degree heart block, which is basically winky back. So if you have a patient that has multiple P waves, this is when it gets tricky, because both complete heart block and Mobitz 2 have very, very, very brady rhythms. So it's hard to tell when you're looking at a patient that has a 35 or 40 heart rate and multiple P waves. Am I looking at a Mobitz 2, second degree heart block? Am I looking at a complete heart block? The easiest way to tell, just really quick by looking, is are your PR intervals changing? You have multiple P waves. Are your PR intervals changing? Quick glance. If they're changing, they're divorced. You're dealing with a complete heart block. If you have multiple P waves and the PR intervals are not changing, you're dealing with the Mobitz 2. So that way you could quickly spot patients in trouble, heart rate's 35, 40, you see multiple P waves, patients in a block, you don't know what's the difference between the two. Very simple. Look at your PR intervals. If they're changing, it's divorce. Changing, separated, divorce, complete heart block. Got it? So I also want to take this time out just to thank everybody that believed in me, obviously, DMing me, asking for more information, more teachings. I love this. I love this. This is what I love to do. I feel like this is what I was made for. So I am here for you. Thank you so much. If you need me to teach you anything really quickly, make it really simply, just drop a DM or drop it in my comments and I'll be more than happy to jump on and do that for you. Thank you so much for all of your support. I hope you guys are enjoying my book. It is fabulous. I'm getting great feedback. Knowledge is power. So when we equip ourselves with the knowledge, then we can go to those interviews and we can do what it takes to get the job that we want. So again, thank you for being informed. Thank you for believing in me. I am here for you. Thank you so much. Have a good night.